The ocean stretched calm and endless, the sky open above, but inside me, a storm raged I could barely contain. This cruise was supposed to be our fresh start, a chance to heal, a vacation that might save my marriage. I never imagined the waves beneath that ship would carry betrayal, truth, and a reckoning I wasn't prepared for. My name is Daniel. For years, I believed I'd built a wonderful life with my wife, Emily, a kind-hearted woman I met in college. We'd been married 8 years, and though life wasn't perfect, I thought we always found a way to hold on. But the distance between us had grown, quietly, like a sickness. She smiled less, touched less, and a chill settled where warmth once lived. When she suggested a week-long cruise, isolated from the world, hope surged through me. Maybe she wanted to fix us too. Maybe she missed what we had. For a moment, I believed we were healing. The first night was magical. Music, laughter, the ocean breeze against our faces. It felt like we were young again. She held my hand, leaned into me during the show, kissed me under the swaying lights. I remember thinking, we made it. I couldn't have been more wrong. The second night, she claimed to be tired and wanted to rest early. I tucked her in, kissed her forehead, and left drinks for her, hoping to spark a little romance. When I returned, she was gone. Our bed was empty, the sheets untouched. At first, I tried to stay calm. Maybe she stepped out for fresh air. Maybe she grabbed a snack. But as I searched the deck, panic grew. And then, at the upper bar, my heart shattered. There she was, Emily, not alone. Wrapped in another man's arms, laughing, leaning into him with the same tenderness she once gave me. He whispered into her ear. She touched his face. They kissed, as if I had never existed. Time froze. There was no dramatic outburst, no yelling, just numb, silent devastation. I should have walked away, but grief can make us bold. I stepped closer. Emily saw me, and instead of shock or guilt, her expression was cold, annoyed. "You shouldn't be here," she said flatly, as though I were the intruder. I turned to the man, Mark, I later learned. He smiled smugly, arms still around her. "She told me you two were basically done," he said. "You're just here to sign divorce papers." Divorce. The word hit me like a punch. My stomach dropped. My heart cracked. Emily didn't deny it. She stared at me, eyes tired, empty, as if I were the burden she had finally outgrown. That night, I slept alone on a deck chair under the cold moon, listening to the waves, which now sounded too much like laughter. Betrayal, however, wasn't finished. On day 4, the ship announced a private couples game event, romantic challenges, dance-offs, marriage quizzes. Emily had signed us up before the trip, and despite everything, I couldn't bring myself to cancel. When Mark encouraged her to join with him instead, she agreed. Chaos followed. They stood on stage, hand in hand, smiling while whispers spread through the audience. A couple booed. Someone muttered, "Homewrecker." Emily's face flushed, not with shame, but with anger. Mark puffed his chest, defensive. Then came the final round, a simple marriage question. "Who do you think of before you fall asleep?" They hesitated. Silence fell. Mark looked unsure. Emily uncomfortable. The fantasy cracked. The glow she once had was gone, replaced by tension and restlessness. The crowd watched, judging, murmuring. Brutal. Awakening. Instead of answering, she walked off stage. Mark followed. From that moment, their illusion began to crumble. Arguments replaced whispers. I even heard her crying alone on the deck the next night. She was no longer radiant. She was lost. By day 6, Mark avoided her entirely. The fantasy she'd chased ended, broken, empty, humiliating. And I watched silently. On the final day, she approached me, eyes swollen, hands trembling. "Daniel, I made a mistake. Please, let's fix this. I wanted attention. I felt invisible. I wanted to feel wanted again." She cried, begged, reached for my hand. For the first time in 8 years, I didn't reach back. "I loved you with everything I had," I whispered. "But you threw us away." You let a stranger into our marriage and burned it to the ground. She collapsed into tears, pleading to try again. But something in me had shifted. Pain had carved clarity. Loving someone isn't enough when they don't choose you in return. I walked away, not out of anger, but out of peace. The cruise ended not with reconciliation, but with rebirth. I left the ship alone, yet lighter than I arrived. I started therapy, explored new hobbies, rebuilt myself piece by piece. Healing wasn't instant, but it was real. And with every passing month, I felt more alive, confident myself again. The nightmare was real, but so was the awakening. That cruise didn't destroy me. It set me free.